Honestly, I'm running out of words that are synonyms for surprise and various other words like that, because that's all that's been happening over the last 3 days in this tournament. Just when you expect it to go one way, it goes another. Yes, we expect this game to be one of glorious uncertainties, but there just doesn't seem to be any certainty anymore. Let's just tell you why we're saying what we're saying. Because on the one hand, you had Delhi, who capitulated in the first innings, somehow scrambled together 147 for 8, which didn't look anywhere close to enough. Suddenly, because of Rajasthan's start, it looks like a 200 type total. So whether they're actually going to get there, is it the pitch? Is it good bowling? Is it just good strategy? Michael Vaughan, where do you feel the pulse of this? It's Ponting versus Sangakkara, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything. I think the strategies have been excellent from Delhi. I think they learned from the way that Rajasthan bowled in it. So they came out within that first over or two. You saw so many slower balls, and the opening pair of Woakes and Comm were magnificent. You have to set the tone where you don't get a score that looks the kind of normal score on that venue. And then the slow ball, you've got to say Rajasthan's batting's not been great. They haven't kind of assessed the pitch like Delhi have done in terms of bowling in a way that they should do with the bat in hand. And Delhi just look like a team, with Ricky Ponting at the helm and what they did last year. I just feel that they're a confident group. I just feel they've got that confident blood. And the IPL was only a few months ago, so they've not had to wait a year. They almost feel like they've gone from one straight into another. And Rajasthan, I mean, they can still win. Of course they can, because the rate's not ridiculous. And you've got the likes of Chris Morris and the likes to come. But I just feel from the two mentality perspective, you've got Delhi who look like they believe they can win. And you just look at Rajasthan and when you see someone like Butler who just doesn't look in any kind of form, Rajasthan look a side that don't quite believe they can win at this stage.
I think that's a very interesting observation there, because even though it might sort of be in the balance, you've got to look at what the balance is in the head. And that's an excellent point made by Michael Vaughan. Let's have a look at who are the men who have done the damage for the men in blue. And this is what it is. Just the 4 bowlers used so far. Ravichandran Ashwin has been tight, and the wickets have come at the other end. Chris Woakes started things off. Avesh Khan's picked up a couple. Again, his last wicket has come with a slower ball. And Rabada, of course, showing his class there. So with bowling options still to come, they know exactly who they had to turn to in the first 10.
Yeah, and you look at Chris Woakes on this venue where the ball's been flying to all parts. He's got 4 for 31 in 6 overs, over the 2 games that he's bowled there. He's a very understated cricketer, Chris Woakes, one of the great guys that plays the game. You talk to anyone that's played in the team with Chris Woakes, he is the ultimate team man. He's amazing at making coffee. He's got one of those kind of barista machines, unbelievable. And he delivers pretty much consistent performance. You look at him with the bat in hand, you go with the ball, he swings it, he can nibble it, he's got all the slower balls, he can bowl at the end. And he's very, very understated, very humble. But if you're asking me the kind of characters that I would build and want in my team, whether it's Test cricket, 50-over cricket, T20 cricket, 100-ball cricket, T10 cricket, Chris Woakes is the kind of glue and the mould that I'd want. 5 or 6 of his type in a dressing room. If you can possibly get that, you're into building a very, very strong team.
Well, those are strong words for someone, as we always feel, slips under the radar. An understated cricketer, as Michael Vaughan said, but I think the coffee bit was a good insight there. You obviously like your cup of coffee, Michael. Has he made a few for you?
Nah, tea, like my tea. Flavoured tea, Gautam. But I don't mind the odd coffee. He did, I shouldn't really say this, but last year when we were in the bubble, he was on the ground floor and we weren't allowed to be anywhere near the players, but we used to have to get the lift. Sorry, he was on the second floor. I was on the third floor. I used to kind of stop off at the second floor. He would have left a cup of coffee on the table outside the lift, and then I'd nick the coffee and take it to my room. So it only happened 1 or 2 times, but we probably broke COVID rules, but, I needed a coffee.
Fair enough. We'll keep our cups of coffee going very quickly in 5 seconds. Where's your money right now?
Delhi.
Looks like it. And the only reason Michael Vaughan says that is they appear to have the hunger to win. Will that happen? We'll wrap it all up at the end. This is Cricbuzz Comm Box.